Greetings, YouTube. It was about a month ago that I did my very last RIP Dungeon Crystal breakdown. And it's amazing how much your account can grow between a month in Marvel Contest of Champions, especially with all the awesome side quest rewards, etc., that have been going out. Because I've heard from several people who've said, Prof, I have now access to the 5-star, used to be Dungeon, now it's Incursion as of today, artifact store, and would really like to see you break down the crystals. And I said, well, I kind of did that about a month ago. And they said, well, I don't want to look for the video. I want you to just update it, especially now that Hulkbuster is in these crystals and we've seen the beta. And so you can grade it knowing how valuable Hulkbuster is going to be. And I'm like, dang it, fine. You make good points. But in general, it's good to support old videos, even if you have a hard time finding them on YouTube's algorithm. It's the crazy thing about YouTube is that you can post a video, and even if it does really well, after like 24 hours, it's like invisible. Like nobody can find it, nobody watches it. The algorithm doesn't suggest it. It is an interesting aspect of being a YouTuber. You're at the mercy of notifications, which don't work right now, and the algorithm, which only promotes newer videos. Okay, so the bigger question is, Prof, in the span of the pro player move that Kabam did last year to put the 5-star basic crystal in the Incursion artifact store for 5,000 artifacts less than the retail price of the featured artifact crystals, or the featured Incursion crystals now, which are 27,000 artifacts apiece. What crystals are a better value and worth it more than the 5-star basic crystal? So we have to answer two questions. What grade would you give this crystal, and is it worth going for this and spending the extra 5,000 artifacts, essentially the difference between the basic and the featured 5-star crystal, than it would be to just go for the basic? So we're going to try to answer both those questions. And to be fair, I have to assume in these grades you don't have any of the best champions in this crystal. Of course, that's not true. Everyone's roster is different, so I can give a crystal an A grade, but if the reason why I have give it an A grade, you already have the top champions, especially if they're awakened, then it's not going to be an A to you because you already have them. So that's just, obviously your scenario. I will also say that I got Stark Spidey in these thanks to Katie Candy's Starky Dance, but in general, I've had better luck going for the 5-star basic crystal in these than I have the featured, which is kind of interesting to me data-wise as well. All right, we're going to go to the first crystal, the 5-star Chaos Crystal. Now, a month ago, I made this mistake, and I'm not making it again. By the way, we're going to factor in 3 different categories of champions: amazing, good, trash. And even if a champion is just like okay, I'm going to put them in the trash category for the sake of having them be somebody that I would spend an extra 5,000 artifacts on to land on. Namor, even after the rebalancing, is still an amazing champion. Captain Marvel, this is the mistake I made last time. I'm not making it again. This is not the classic version. This is the movie version. She's amazing. Crossbones, good. Hawkeye, good. Captain America, trash. Wasp, good. Hulkbuster used to be trash, and now, if you know how to use him, which clearly I'm still struggling with, looks to be amazing. Howard the Suck, trash. Thor Jane Foster, trash. Iron Fist, for the sake of argument, even though I like Iron Fist, trash. So you have Namor and Captain Marvel movie, 2 really, really good champions at the top. Then you have some solid champions in the middle. But there are crystals that we're going to look at today that have like half of the pool is either a trophy champ that you can't get out of the basic or is a really amazing champion. That is not this crystal. So I'm going to rate this as a middle B. I'm going to give this an 85. And if you have Namor and Captain Marvel movie, this thing's like an F. You don't want to go for it at all. So chaos can cause some chaos literally in your roster. Now we're going to the Nightmare Crystal, where Symbiote Supreme is an amazing champion, Archangel amazing champion, Medusa an amazing champion, Thor, even though he was nerfed after patch 12.0, is a trophy champ, so I got to put him in the amazing, or at least I love to land on a 5-star Thor. I don't have him category. Killmonger amazing, Agent Venom good, Yellow Jacket good, MODOK good, Rocket Raccoon. Actually, just for the sake of being like objective, I'm gonna put Yellow Jacket and Rocket Raccoon in the trash category, even though I don't think they're like nearly as trash as the last champion, Iron Patriot. But you still look. Symbiote Supreme, Archangel, Medusa, Thor, Killmonger. That's half the crystal. 5 out of 10 champions are really, really good, or a trophy champ that you should still celebrate if you don't have, if the crystal lands on. That's a 50% drop rate in having a home run champion. So I got to give this higher than the last crystal. In fact, I'm going to give it an A-. I'm going to give it a 92%. I do think that this crystal is much better than the basic. The other one is only better than the basic if you were really hunting for Captain Marvel movie or Namor. Okay, How do I know that I made that mistake last time and was reminded of the classic? Because when I went to the Genesis Crystal, you see Captain Marvel Classic is specified, therefore it is not the movie version. All right, 5-star Ghost, amazing. Ghost Rider, amazing. Rogue, good. Cable, trash. Carnage, good. Captain Marvel Classic, good. Taskmaster, I know everybody loves him who can use him. I still feel like he's calculus. I'm going to say, for the sake of argument, he's trash because I've never used him. But I know that if you do know how to use him, you would disagree with me. Thor Ragnarok, I'm saying trash for vegan Thor. Sorry, buddy. Eat some meat. Invisible Woman, good. Spider-Man Classic, trash. Okay, so Ghost and Ghost Rider are the headliners of this crystal. You do have Rogue and Carnage. Captain Marvel Classic Awakened is very solid. I enjoy her. Like I said, Taskmaster and Thor Ragnarok, for that matter, could be looked at as good if you really use them. But for the extra 5,000 dungeon artifacts, I just disagree. I actually think this is the worst crystal of the three we've looked at. It's still not a trash crystal because Ghost and Ghost Rider are amazing. But at the same time, if you'd replace Taskmaster with even somebody like a... or actually, let's say if you replace Spider-Man Classic, it's probably a better example. Somebody like a Doc Ock, right? It would have helped the value of this. I'm going to give it an 80. I'm going to give it the lowest of B- as I can give. Ghost and Ghost Rider are a heavy top. And then you've got some decent champions in the middle. But at the same time, I really wish that there were 3 like OP champions in this crystal. All right. The Evolution Crystal. Captain America Infinity War, amazing. Iron Man Infinity War, good. Morning Star is actually as close to amazing as you can get. Right under that God tier. Ebony Coleslaw, still trash. Bishop, for the sake of argument, even though I know some of you like Bishop a lot, trash. Wolverine X-23, good to almost amazing. Black Bolt, for the sake of this, trash. Venompool, trash. Moon Knight, trash. Daredevil, Netflix version. Unfortunately, unlike the show, which was amazing, that Daredevil should be canceled. This is such a top-heavy, like Captain America Infinity War bust. This reminds me of the Dr. Doomer bust featured crystal. I think this is really, along with Morningstar, I guess I should say, just a really disappointing. Morningstar and X-23 are solid, but Black Bolt, Venompool, Moon Knight, Daredevil, Ebony Coleslaw, yuck. I'm going to give this a C+, because Captain America Infinity War is still the only Beyond God tier champ, and even though I love X-23 and Morningstar, I don't think most people would put them even in the God tier category. So I am going to say this is 78. I'm going to say it's a C+, and unless you are really going for Captain America Infinity War, I would not go for this crystal over the 5-star basic. I would save your artifacts. And now we are going to the War Crystal. Aegon, amazing. Thing, amazing. Nebula, real good. Yondu, good. Mephisto, good. Loki, trash. Sorry, DTA. Nightcrawler, I like Nightcrawler, but for the sake of this crystal, trash. Cyclops, trash. Satan herself, trash. Inferior Iron Man, trash. Okay, this is such an interesting crystal because half of it is really exciting and half of it is trash. That usually gets a B grade for me, like on the lower end, about 83. But if you need Aegon or Thing, I think it's definitely worth going over the basic. If you don't, stick with the basic. I'm going to give this an 83 for the War Crystal grade. And then the last one is the Death Crystal. Cole Obsidian, even after the rebalancing, is real good. Spider-Man Stealth Suit, really good. She-Hulk, really good. Spider-Gwen, really good. Doc Ock, good. Red Skull, trash. Juggernaut, trash. Diablo, alcohol, trash. Storm, I really like, but for the sake of this crystal, trash. Beast, trash. Okay, so kind of like the last crystal, they give you all the good champions at the beginning, and then after Doc Ock, they kind of start throwing in the bottom tiered champs. But Cole, Spider-Man Stealth Suit, She-Hulk, and Spider-Gwen and Doc Ock are all really good champions. Thank you, beta test buffs of She-Hulk and Spider-Gwen, for making this crystal so much better than it used to be. I'm going to give this crystal a B. And I'm going to say if you largely don't have awakened half this crystal, it makes mathematical sense to go for this over the 5-star basic crystal. So congrats to everybody who now has 60 days or about 2 months to go for this crystal because you have enough 5 stars. I highly recommend, once again, as I always say in these videos, if you are close to that magic number of like 15 or 16 5-star crystals, Don't waste your artifacts on a 4-star crystal. You will wish that you had them to carry over so that you get what's essentially a free 5-star basic or even 5-star dungeon featured crystal once you have the access to unlocking the 5-star crystals in the Incursion store. And you can hoard up to like 50,000 plus artifacts before they run out. So if you're not at 50,000 artifacts and you're close, just don't waste them on 4 stars. You'll be so thankful that you were patient and you hoarded those artifacts, even though you're probably going to keep Kabam Mike up at night from your unhealthy hoarding behaviors. Well, there you go, YouTube. We have graded the new Incursion store, even though technically it's just using the dungeon crystals from last and changing the name. It's really exciting to people who now get to buy them for the first time. And keep in mind that when in doubt, if you don't have super thirst for any of these featured, the basic, which also saves you that 5,000 artifacts price, is a really good deal. And when in doubt, I would say just purchase the basic, especially because you've got 2 more months to save back your artifact count if you're worried about that. There you have it, YouTube. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and good luck in the first official day of Incursions.